right, friends, welcome, welcome. I am actually going to record today on LinkedIn as well. So, hi, hello, I am Brittany Young, and I'm an executive sales mentor for you all in the group. Hi, if we haven't met yet. And for you on LinkedIn, y'all, I've got double screen. So if I'm looking at you or if I'm looking at you, just know I'm present, I'm here. And my folks on LinkedIn won't be able to see the document that I'm going to share today, but I will try to flip the screen and see if I can make that happen. I'm an executive sales mentor for women in the financial industry, whether you are a planner, an advisor, a CPA, a bookkeeper, a financial coach, and I run the gamut on financial experts. And what I'm helping you do as a financial expert is to unlock what I like to call permission-based selling. So using your own language within your sales process to close more sales and make more money. And today I am going to kind of give a little bit of a snippet or back end of what the Rewrite Your Sales Script live class will look like. So these mini trainings that I put together are specifically designed for you to get small nuggets, tiny wins out of the bigger concepts, the bigger pieces of what I teach to individual clients, as well as my mastermind group called Sell Your Way, which is launching in August. And there's plenty of room for you to join that, as well as one-to-ones to work with me. So the mini trainings are designed for you to kind of get these tiny wins or tiny ahas to start implementing into your own processes. And if you find them as useful or as helpful to your sales process, all the better, and would love nothing more than to hear that feedback if it is helping, or, if you've passed that information on to somebody else to see if it might be able to help them as well. Okay, without further ado, I am going to share my screen with the folks in the Facebook group. And if you're here with me live, even you on LinkedIn, if you catch this video, hashtag me live. If you're catching the replay, hashtag replay. Now, the other hashtag I want you to drop is, do you sell? Do you sell financial services? And if you do, hashtag me. If you sell coaching services, me as well. If you sell, because a lot of the time we don't see ourselves as saleswomen. We see ourselves as doing the marketing, the administrative tasks, all the back end pieces of the business. And then when it comes to sales, we don't see that on our day to day, whether we're selling our child into getting into bed at night or selling our husband onto a vacation that we want to go on, we're still selling, right? And we're providing value to somebody somewhere, some way. And sales is value. And you'll hear me say this today, and I'm going to repeat it a couple times, but sales is the lifeblood of your business, of your financial business. So today I want to talk about that and also talk about some parts around your sales process and some tweaks that you could possibly be making to help in the long run when you're selling. Maybe you have sales calls tomorrow. Maybe you have a couple on your calendar after this, and you're looking for some tips and tricks. So that's what this is going to be about. I'm just going to run this document and share the screen here so you guys can see it. Let me see if I can flip the screen on LinkedIn, see if it'll let me. Great, awesome. So here's what we're going to discuss today. I often talk to my potential prospects or even clients, and they'll say, well, for instance, the lady I spoke to today said, I ideally would love to have anywhere from 20 to 25 calls a week on my calendar. Great. That's awesome. I'm going to flip this back over. That's awesome, right? And she's got calls booked. Calls are getting booked on her calendar, roughly around 15 to 17. But the problem is the close rate. And she's not closing the amount of sales that she wants to. And she's lucky if she's closing, make this a little bit bigger for you guys. She's closing maybe 1 to 2 of those calls. Now, to me, it's not a marketing problem. Although she said it was a quality of leads problem, although she thought it was as well. She has hired somebody to help her on her team. And she said, they're not getting leads. And if they're not getting leads, how are they going to get paid, or how am I going to be able to pay them? She's getting referrals, but they're not converting. She could potentially be purchasing a leads list. And then this other side of the business, which is a warm market lead, friends and family, or people that you have been kind of warming up for a while. And all of this is in your pipeline, and nobody is converting, right? There's a lack there of conversion. And in your mind, you're thinking, it's got to be my marketing. It's got to be the quality of the leads. It's got to be, my messaging and my prospecting and what I'm putting out there, or what my firm is giving me to put out there must be that, right? But I'm here to tell you, it's actually the sales process. And I've had a kind of scratchy throat. So if you see me swishing something around, it's a cough drop. So it's the sales process. Let's just be honest, right? And that sales process is not converting leads into paid clients. So all the marketing in the world, all that messaging, all that niching down, which is great, which I also am a big fan of and teach, is all well and good. But if you do not have a back end sales process, and you are still using that old man model, that outdated way of selling, there is no way you're going to convert the sales that you want to be converting. So I want to dive into that today. Like I said on LinkedIn, y'all can't see the document, but I'm going to flip the screen one more time. So why is this important? It's important because a lot of us are out there selling, and we do sales from a place of telling. And we say, all right, buy my shit. Excuse me, somebody please buy it. Somebody go out of their way to buy what I'm selling, right? That old man model. And this is a crisis of meaning within the industry. This has nothing to do with you personally. And if it does have something to do with you, and you decided to switch things up within, your business, right? you decided to create a whole new sales process and it's still not converting. Yeah, then it's got something to do with you. Can't shake this cold. So instead of us worrying about this whole like, okay, I got to tell people what to buy. I got to tell them how to do it, tell them what to do. If we have a sales process and back-end systems that make sense to us and our clients, if we have a loose script, right? We don't have to have the script that everyone's following, but we have it in our own language. And we have questions that we ask our potential prospects. Because again, remember, sales is the lifeblood of your financial business. If we have these things, this will significantly impact your business in a positive way. On the tangible side, it impacts your personal finances, you making more money. Let's say right now you're at, or you were last year, like 150, 175, whatever. And you're trying to get to that 250, 300,000. Well, you need that back-end sales process and those systems and the questions that you're going to ask in the sales process that make sense, not only to you, but lead your prospects into saying yes to themselves. So tangibly, it's going to make you more money. Tangibly, it's going to convert more sales into your pipeline. Intangibly, it's going to help you gain confidence, build trust within yourself and your business. You're going to be able to tangibly hire more people to help sell and use what we call the done for you sales system, because you put it together, they're going to implement it. You now created this back-end system for yourself and your team. And also having a sales process really, it just avoids all bottlenecks, because it's going to accelerate your growth in your business, not impede it and not slow it down. But if you are lacking the systems, or you're still using that outdated, ineffective old man model way of closing business or prospecting business, or even lead generation, and you're using a long, what we call that slow sales process, or that long sales process, and let's say you do have a team and then you're passing that on to them, chances are they're going to be very confused and they're not going to sign clients. You're not going to sign clients because you don't have that sales system that's so important. And then your close ratio tanks, booking clients suffer. Maybe you get put on like a suspension, or you get put on, I don't work for corporate anymore, but you get put on that 90-day plan and they're looking at you like, what the hell is she doing? Is she even following what we're giving her? We're basically handing her leads and she's not capitalizing on them. What's happening? And in reality, what's happening is you're using their systems, which your companies or your firms think, oh, well, they've been working for years, when in reality, it's not in alignment with you or your language and how you would sell. So that's why it's really important for you to have these systems, have these structures in place, and have the right questions to ask prospects, so that it's coming from you and nobody else. And you're feeling confident and you're building that trust with him. So here is the permission process. Here's a little bit about how my system, my process actually changes the game and changes sales in and of itself. So you might be looking at this going, emotional and logical, like, what does that even mean? Well, sales are emotional. Money is emotional. What you sell is very emotional. And because of that, if you are not focused in on your own personal emotional state of being and well-being, then chances are you will be out of alignment. People will not connect with you on an emotional level, and they'll be confused about what it is that you're offering. So I find that it's vital for us to emotionally connect with ourselves first before we sell. And then when we're in a sales conversation, it is really important for us to have regulated our emotions. And when we're in that conversation, making the sale, making the call, all about the ideal client, all about the prospect, while keeping an emotional bandwidth open so that you can have a free-flowing conversation and it doesn't turn into a sale, it turns into a close, right? I had a coach say this to me one time and I wrote it down. If you're distracted, you're going to keep shooting yourself in the foot. It's going to be really hard not to shoot yourself in the foot because there's that distraction there. So if you're not personally regulated and you're not in alignment with yourself, chances are somebody else is going to pick up on that. Even when you're asking the right questions in your sales process, and they're going to pick up on your nuances or your tone or your body language and go, yeah, I'm not working with this person, right? So that's part of the permission process as well. And then the last piece, what I want to highlight today and talk about a little bit further is selling your way in your language and not that old man model of selling. When you niche down, who are you speaking to? How are you building a connection with them within your sales process? You know, marketing is one thing. You can build a relationship through organic marketing, no problem, when you have the right message. But also in the sales conversation, you need to be able to speak that person's language in order to connect with them on a deeper level. So to dive a little bit deeper into this, and this is where pen and paper come in hand, your language is the gold to your personal sales process. It's what's giving you permission to sell your way. Number one, how are you personally connecting with that person right off the bat in the discovery part of the conversation? So what are you saying to them? How are you making that distinction between, you know, Sally over here and you're over here, and you both have the same solution to their problem, but what makes you unique? What makes you different, right? And it's because you got in touch with your emotions prior and you can connect with them on an emotional level. So earlier, during a conversation that I had with somebody, she said, well, I have kids. And I said, I have a child. And so we connected on that motherly level, right off the bat. The second part of our sales process discovery is, what is that person's current situation? What are they currently experiencing in their business, in their personal life, and how's that affecting their business? What is that current situation that they're coming to you for? And then next, what is that problem within that current situation? What are they facing? What bottlenecks are they having in their business? When they have sales calls on their calendar, what's the close rate? What's not closing? How much money are they leaving on the table? What's really going on? Next, do they have the desire to create a solution? Obviously, that's why you're on a call with them, right? So if you're on a call with somebody to help them create the solution, you really want to be able to paint that picture and go deeper into the solution piece of it all. And asking questions like, okay, Jamie, what I would love to hear from you is paint me the ideal picture of what life and business look like if money wasn't an issue, if you couldn't fail, and if every sales call that you had on your calendar says yes, what happens? What's the ideal solution? What this does between the problem and the solution is it builds what we call the gap. And I'm sure salespeople and financial people, you guys have heard this quite often, the gap. But nobody takes the time to spend on the gap, right? And this is something that the permission process will help you do, is get further into the weeds of the gap. So you can find out, okay, now I really know what the solution is to help people within their financial situation. Then you want to find out, are they committed to themselves? Are they ready to pull the trigger and say yes to their own growth? Are they committed to this dream that they're painting the picture of? Are they saying yes to their own solution? Can you get them to see that they can have what they want? And then lastly, is this going to work? Is your solution the it factor? Is it going to work for them? And what if what they want doesn't work out? What if what they want kind of crumbles? If they don't say yes to you, what happens then? And so we're trying to help them figure all of this out within the sales process. And then to further touch on this, when it comes to your particular niche, whether you're serving, pharmacists, or you're serving doctors, or you're serving the spiritual community, it doesn't matter who it is. What is the solution that you potentially offer to your ideal market? Within your sales process, making sure that that is something that's part of your offering. Do you have the solution to their problem? Can you effectively communicate what that solution actually is? And can you do that in a way that's even prior to the sales conversation? There's a way of warming people up and building that relationship, which is something that I also teach within the process. I also will teach you how to pre-qualify somebody to make sure that they're the people that you want on your calendar. Are you pre-qualifying them during the sales conversation? Are they your ideal client? So the sales process is as much about the client as it is about you. And then the other thing is, can you handle objections, right? During the offering, or possibly after you've made your offer? What do objections sound like? How do they come up? What's your tone? What's your body language? What's theirs? Paying attention to all these nuances within the sales process. And if you're not doing this, this is why the permission process and this class rewrite your sales script live will be so important, because I'm going to take what you have in the background of your sales process and break it down based on these bullet points. Now, those on LinkedIn can see the bullet points right there. So breaking it down in a way that feels really good to you and in alignment with your own sales language, right? You're going to create questions. You're going to be the one that creates how you speak, how you say what you say, how you show up. I'm not going to teach you what to wear and, what matches with what. It's in your language, your tone, but being able to get to the groundwork of this all in this class. And it's going to be really important to pay attention to some of this stuff, because when we go to sell, if, again, we're not in alignment with our own sales process, chances are we're not going to have the conversions that we want. So that's why I created Rewrite Your Sales Script. So I'm going to show this to you all here. Handy dandy. So Rewrite Your Sales Script, helping you in the moment rewrite your potential script if you have one. And if you don't, come to the class and learn what a sales script looks like so you can start to enroll clients. And really, this is for you if you're tired of that old man model that the company keeps teaching you, or that you've learned and it's just not the fit. You do want to see more appointments on your calendar with qualified leads, right? And teaching you that your sales process is actually rooted in permission, so you can close more sales today. And you're going to walk away with my permission process framework, the actual class, the back end of it all, the actual copy of it, replay, so you can use it over and over again. And then making sure that you have your sales script by the end of the class. So that is it for today. I'm going to go and see if we have questions, comments, anything here on the Facebook group. Cool. Okay. So I hope this is all making sense to you, and for you all on LinkedIn. Sorry you can't be on the Zoom. You're more than welcome to come Zoom it out with me next time. And for those of you in the Facebook group, let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll drop the link after I'm done recording, so you have the link to the class. It's $197 to join. Personally, I wanted to make it more because of how much value I will be dropping, and being able to literally coach you on the spot. And my coaching services are definitely high ticket and of high value. So you're going to get something out of this, I promise you. And the idea is for you to go out, use your own script, and go and sell hotcakes, right? All right, that's it. Class dismissed. Rewrite Your Sales Script will be live on May 4th, 5 p.m. Central, and going to go live on Zoom together to rewrite those scripts. So if you need the link, let me know. I'll send it to you personally, and I'll also drop it inside the Facebook group. LinkedIn people, if you are not on Facebook, I apologize, but I will put it inside my LinkedIn group as well. So there you have it. Take care. Talk to you all very soon, and have a wonderful rest of your evening.